That's how he sounds. But he's in the movie. I think I thought of this just because I was watching.
Why is this a room?
What do you call it? That just occurred to me, actually.
What occurred?
I watched the Brady Bunch movie.
Why?
Because it's part of my 52 Films by Women project.
Oh.
And
is it good?
It's kind of funny. Like, it's really...
Am I thinking of the right thing?
The Brady Bunch movie?
I was thinking of the one that's like... I was thinking of Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, yeah, no, that's...
I was like, why did
different.
you watch that? Sorry.
No. Hold on, I was trying to type Dazed, and I typed Dad. Dad and Confused. Same.
The state of any new dad.
Anyway, the reason I thought of that, I'm in like a web of things. In Grease 2, there's a little girl who's like a sister to one of the Pink Ladies, one of the girl gang members. Like,
they call themselves the Pink Ladies?
The Pink Ladies and the T-Birds.
What the heck?
What's so weird about that?
I mean, I don't know.
The Pink Ladies? The
Pink Ladies sounds like something that a dude calls your girl gang.
I mean, that is kind of like the thing. Like, there's like a pact. Like, there's rules between the Pink Lady. The Pink Ladies only date the T-Birds. It's a motorcycle. It's the high school motorcycle gang, and all of them are like 30. But anyway,
and also they can afford motorcycles.
Well, that's part of the plot. Also, it makes no sense. But yes, you're correct. But there's a little girl character, and her name is Dolores. I forget her last name, but like she's like, some people call me Woodchuck or Upchuck, but I prefer Dolores. And she's just like she's like a really like spunky, like pissed off 12-year-old, and like she briefly hangs out with the British exchange student Michael Harrington, who goes out. He's like the a book with a gem encrusted cover, Queen's Diary. I realize now that I am in love with Odin. This breaks every rule of our society. But my heart longs for this noble, elegant man. How could anyone blame me? After the fitting is over, I'm going to bare my soul to him. That didn't happen, I think. I ruined that moment. But there's a similar little girl character that hangs out with one of the other dudes in American Graffiti. Uh-huh. I don't know, it's a similar character type that popped up in 2 different films about a decade apart.
I must also point out that in most states, the age requirement for motorcycle license is higher than driver's license.
Interesting. I mean,
so maybe they've all been held back a couple of years? I don't know.
I mean, that would not be surprising. And also, just like everyone is smoking the entire movie and like drinking beer at a bowling alley. There's a song about bowling called "We're Gonna Score Tonight."
When did the 21 and over law sort of happen every year?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
When did MAD get that sort of done all over the place?
That's a very good question. I didn't really think about that because I guess you could drink earlier. Maybe if they were like 18, I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
They were seniors.
Yeah, because it could have been 18 in some places.
Yeah. But the Brady Bunch movie is kind of like it's deliberately satirizing the Bradys by placing them like unchanged from the 70s into the contemporary 90s.
Really?
Yeah, so it's actually really funny, and they've recast obviously all of the people, but they're like spot on. But some of them they make really. They've obviously changed for comedic purposes. Jan in particular, the middle child, she's like paranoid schizophrenic, like in this one. So like she has these scenes where her face is just kind of like, and she's. I know you can't see that. Good radio, but she's like making this look with her face while her internal voices talk to her about like, and her like recurring thing is just like, why is it always Marsha? But like as it goes on, it's just like, kill, Dad, kill for me, and stuff like that. Jesus. It's really ridiculous, but her character is great. And then Greg, the oldest of the boys, he's like, he used to be he's like the dreamboat in the 70s.
Yeah.
But like in this one, he's trying to do the same thing, and it's just like he nails the spot on obliviousness of this character like perfectly, where he's just kind of like, hey, you're a really groovy, far out chick, and stuff like that, and like to 90s like grunge girls and stuff. Like, it's really great.
Sounds like a movie I would like.
I think you would like it. It's pretty funny.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? The Addams Family movies.
Yeah, I think that might actually... It's kind of like that.
Because they're transplanted just like whole hog into modern 90s stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think the movie is pretty good about it too, because it's not just satirizing the Bradys, it's kind of like counter-satirizing the 90s at the same time. Like, I don't know. It works pretty well if you ever see it. But it just occurred to me... Well, in the Brady Bunch movie, obviously, it's like, satirizing this perfect nuclear family vision that the Bradys represented. But juxtaposing that against, like, the 90s, which is a lot more cynical and, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the families are falling apart and stuff like that. But another movie that did the same thing that looks back at the 70s is Dazed and Confused, also in the 90s, which strikes me. Because it does the opposite. It takes the 70s, but it's like the teenage underbelly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Huh.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Interesting film.
I'm gonna write that.
There's another running gag that I think is genuinely hilarious a lot, is that Jan doesn't want to wear her glasses because she thinks she looks like a nerd with them on, so she doesn't wear them all the time. Well, there's one scene where she's riding her bike and she rides directly into some bushes and then directly into a fence, and it's the funniest. I don't know, it's the funniest fucking thing. It's just like dumb humor. I don't know, it's so good. Enjoyed.
So, Ragnarok missed.
Cool.
Also, Ragnarok is just straight up a sword.
I missed it because I was busy talking.
You can catch it on the replay.
Cool.
It wasn't that thrilling.
It wasn't?
No. It's not nearly as thrilling as all of the summon animations in World of Final Fantasy.
Oh, I'm excited.
For like in 3 or 4 years when we get to play it.
Yeah. I'll just contain it. I'll see, tamp it down. Did I tell you I watched Rob Zombie Halloween?
We were talking about the Rob Zombie movies. I don't remember
if I did. I can't remember who I was.
You watched Lords of Salem.
Yeah, I watched that.
I think that was the most recent one.
It was really good. I liked it.
Halloween Water? Oh, no, you had watched it because it was...
No, Halloween issue was different than me.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No, that's okay. That was an actual non-Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
So the Rob Zombie remake is just called Halloween? Oh,
yeah. I really liked it. I don't know. I feel like you might like it. It does a couple... It does a couple of things. Like, it makes Michael Myers, like, really scary again. Like, he's so physically intimidating, and, like, very visceral. And, it juxtaposes, like, his, like, extreme violent motions, like, bursting through walls and shit, like, punching through doors with, like, his kind of, like, stolid slowness and just kind of pauses, Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever found Michael Myers to be particularly scary.
I mean, that might just
be me.
That might also just be because the movies are old and it doesn't affect folks in the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I found him like if I was like viscerally scared, but he's definitely an intimidating presence in the film. The biggest change that it makes, though, is that it kind of gives him a backstory. I don't know if you're familiar with this aspect of the movie. Like, the first half of the movie is, like, his home life. Like, and, yeah, as a kid, yeah. And it's like...
So it's a flashback, not like Michael Myers, the killer, and his home life, and, like, him making pancakes for himself in the morning and reading the newspaper.
No, it is like that. But he comes... But, so the thing is, like, that was, like, the huge thing that a lot of people didn't like about it. But, like, I feel like on the surface, it's like this dysfunctional family because it's this completely over the top like family that's like yelling at each other like ridiculous things. It's like a disabled dad who like is like a sexist jerk, like, and would be beating the kids and stuff if he could. The mom is sort of trying, and like the sister is like, you know, she's a promiscuous teen, and Michael is like already torturing animals and like stuff like that, and like he kills a kid. But the movie like pseudo sets you up to like try it and be like, oh, or at least I think that's the way a lot of people saw it, where it's like, his family life, you know, see, he came from these horrible circumstances, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he became a psychopath. But I think actually that whole idea is what Rob Zombie is kind of satirizing, because there's like musical interludes too that are, there's a scene where, because his mother is a stripper and she's at work and it's like a strip tease cross-cut with Michael, like his sister ditched him on Halloween to like go have sex with her boyfriend, so he's just sitting outside, like, and while Love Hurts plays, and like, and I think the real thing is that like it doesn't actually matter at all where he came from. Yeah, like
it doesn't seem very shaped by his environment.
Yeah, and I think actually by foregrounding all of that and trying to like present a pseudo explanation, it actually just makes him scarier, because like he's even more of an absence despite the fact that he has an intelligible human origin. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
I can't say some. I'm not understanding what's happening. Clear.
Sorry. Anyway, it's pretty good. I hear Halloween 2 though is where Rob Zombie kind of takes it in his own direction, and I've heard
he did more than one.
Yeah, he made his own sequel. But I've heard that one's like, you know, not everybody likes them, but for the people who like it, like they're like, this is a masterpiece, kind of like, as far as I'm really starting to. I used to think Rob Zombie was, I don't know. I remember seeing House of a Thousand Corpses. I know I probably said this last time, and being kind of super underwhelmed by thinking it was like cheesy and over the top, like, and just kind of goofy in a way. But I think after seeing Halloween, like, I realized a little bit more what like idiom he's working in. And I think I've just been more and more impressed by him and kind of consider him one of the most interesting modern horror directors. I also kind of get the sense that he makes his affection for horror films comes across in all of his movies. Yes. Like,
I'm pretty sure they're like laden with references if you're like looking in the backgrounds.
They are, and the casts are almost completely, if they're not like new actors that he started or something, they are like,
or his wife. Who's in like all
Shitty Moon, yeah. He populates them with tons of, you know, old genre actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tons. Halloween, just the ones I can name off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it has Bill Moseley, Sid Haig. I think it's who's Machete? I can't remember his name. It's very.
Oh God!
Damn it!
I don't know that I could.
Oh, I know his name. Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's in it. But Dr. Loomis, previously played by Donald Pleasance, is played by Malcolm McDowell, who is, you know, he was in, like, he's best known for being Alex DeLarge in A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. But I've never seen all the way through.
I have, but I maybe need to rewatch. I was never that struck by the movie, but it might be because I read the book beforehand.
I have also not read the book.
The book is I liked, but again, it was like something I read in like high school. I imagine I would feel very differently about it now. Not necessarily better or worse. But yeah, no, Halloween was cool.
You know, we watched last night. Batman and Robin.
Nice.
It was a time.
Isn't that who?
Tracy had not seen it. Joel Schumacher directed, and that's the George Clooney Batman.
Yes. I was just thinking the director. Phantom of the Opera is Joel Schumacher too, and which I loved. So
it's the most colorful Batman movie you'll ever see.
I kind of actually really like Batman.
I never really noticed until I watched it again yesterday, and it was like, wow, every scene is just neon. Like,
I love it.
There's never not neon.
Is Batman and Robin the one? Who are the villains in that one?
That would be Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy.
Okay, that is
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman. Yeah.
Did Joel Schumacher also do Batman Forever? Because Batman Forever.
I'm pretty sure he did 2, so I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't know which one did.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the one with the Riddler.
What's that director's name? Wow, how am I?
Oh wait, no, Batman Forever. No. Oh yeah, it's the Riddler. Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, and Val Kilmer. But it is Joel Schumacher also.
Yeah, that's Riddler, Two-Face, and
it's one of the. It's Nicole Kidman, but I don't. Dr. Chase Meridian, but I don't know who that is supposed to be. It's like a weird character. I'm not familiar with that character.
Okay.
But those movies are pretty fun.
Yes, I mean, Batman and Robin has Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, which is the source of many, many, many insane lines.
Nice to meet you.
I mean, it's that there's
it's just probably everything in that movie is
like everything that comes out of anyone's mouth is like the craziest fucking shit you've ever heard in your life. It is so bizarre.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely a far cry from the.
There's scenes that just like have no relevance to the plot. Also, Robin is like the most useless motherfucker of all time. Like, he has lines where he talks about how he always relies on Batman to save him, and then gets all pissed off that Batman doesn't let him like do shit on his own. It's like, because my dog, you have never in your life done anything by yourself. And like, even that's the movie that introduces Batgirl. And
oh really?
Yeah, and Batgirl saves his ass when Batman can't be
Batgirl?
There. That would be Alicia Silverstone.
Holy shit!
Yes,
you're right.
The movie's so crazy.
That's amazing.
It just has
good call.
It has so many fucking people. And we were talking about how like Alicia Silverstone just like disappeared off the face of the planet after like 1997. So
did something happen to her?
No, she still works, but like she does like one movie a year or something.
Oh.
I don't know. And we were talking about how Robin eventually became the second main character on NCIS LA, and like that's his whole life now.
Really?
Yes. Chris Gooding, I think is his name, or something like that.
Oh yeah, she's like a major like vegan health food person now.
Oh, is that what she's busy doing?
I think so.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot the other main thing that we started doing that is very important that I talked to you about. We started watching The Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
You have not watched?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're almost done with season 2.
Okay, wow. So, what's happening right now? Because I don't remember by season.
This is major spoilers. So if you have not watched Walking Dead.
If you're like 4 years behind on Walking Dead.
But I don't want to spoil it, because if somebody... Like, Walking Dead is totally a show that is propelled by its narrative and its question marks. So if you hear spoilers, it will probably ruin it. So, like, major warning for the rest of this episode that there may be Walking Dead spoilers. So I'm just going to give it a second for you to turn this off so you do not have to listen to Walking Dead spoilers.
Again, these are for season 2.
For season 2, not... Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a person like me who has never heard of it...
Well, and usually the spoiler warning for a current, literally being aired every week show is going to be for the current season. This is for season 2. I'm not going to talk about current shit, obviously, because it's spoiler.
No, that's what I'm just saying. It's like, if you're in the same situation as me. Okay, yeah. Anyway, we are at the end of season 2. Season 2 is the one where they're on the farm.
Yes, okay.
So after they get out of Atlanta. And...
With Herschel,
and those folks. We're on the last episode. It's the one where Shane tries to kill Rick.
Okay.
Leads him out, and then he ends up dead. We got through like into the season finale, but we fell asleep because it was like 2 a.m. But it's when like walkers are led there. I don't remember how, but she'll obviously be the catalyst, I'm assuming, for them to move on and Season 3.
Man, I want to ask a question, but like I can't. I don't know if it's okay.
What do you mean?
Because I don't remember the sequence of events. I don't remember. Goddamn.
So they haven't left the farm yet.
They haven't left the farm yet. Tell me some other major things that have happened in the last episode or two.
This is right around the time. Like, so what has been? This is the one where Shane has been like deteriorating slowly over time. Mm-hmm. They make a run into town when Herschel like loses after Shane like busts open the barn and they mow down the zombies.
That was the part I wasn't sure about. Is if they had found Sophia.
Yeah.
Barn. And that's part of where a lot of the zombies come from. Is just they have a fucking horde in their barn just sitting there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at the end, it's like I think it's the gunshot. Like it's like, you know, because they like travel on like passing herds. You know, the walkers do.
Oh, we found Doomgaze.
Oh, okay.
Convenient.
Kill him.
I hope we're not level 5 or multiple. That was okay. That's
but I'm pretty sure it's, if you remember it's at the very end of season 2 when Rick kills Shane and Shane like almost immediately comes back from the dead.
Right.
Because we haven't gotten an answer for that yet, and I'm not sure if there is one, but like it's no longer even people who are being bitten or scratched. It's just if they die, they come back to life. Mm-hmm. But then Tiny Rick, whatever the hell
Carl,
shoots him, and I think the sound is ultimately what attracts the passing herd coming from the forest.
Okay. Doomgaze ran.
So then, okay.
I did like.
So then there's like this major action sequence where they're like, when people are dying. But like, I don't know. I was talking to Stormy about this, and I feel like I really like Walking Dead. But it's no, sorry. But
it sounded like you were like ashamed to admit it.
No, I'm just like, but it's also very like narrative driven, and I feel like if you did get things spoiled for you, like it would still be fun, but it's like it's definitely like serial storytelling that's like predicated on cliffhangers and like knowing what happens next. Like it's very plot driven. It's just
and they tend to do huge cliffhangers at the ends of every season.
Of every episode, too.
Well, yeah, a lot of the episodes as well.
Oh.
They do that actually less now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
They tend to have more sort of contained stories. They do sometimes, but
God, that's why we couldn't stop watching. It was just like, oh, god damn it, you know what I mean? Like we gotta fucking know.
And see, you have access to just seeing them all.
Yeah, thank God.
One after the other.
Oh, it's a heartbeat.